Now you can hear me? Now you can hear me? Son of a bitch. Amber said she can hear me. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway, good morning. This is Justice's Waiting Room. It's a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics. And I'm a socialist. And that just means I want everyone to have universal health care, education, income, and housing. And that's certainly a lot more admirable than what Donald Trump's doing in his 4 days in office. Um, and every morning, to start us off, Edwin Starr, a doozy. Yeah, I think TikTok's next. So I'm gonna share a video on TikTok real quick. Hold on. You hold on. You hold on. What is it? I got a video sent to me that I'm gonna share. Okay. So it'll be in my shared stuff. So I just shared it on TikTok and I like favorited it, and I don't even normally do that. But if I have anything to tell you, if I just shared, it's in my most recent shares on TikTok. Okay. In my most recent shares on TikTok is a video. It's a black man with real pretty eyes, and he says, "I know what happened during that blackout." Y'all remember when TikTok went down? And he can show you in the settings it was a server transfer to Facebook. TikTok. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure they own TikTok. I think that's the news. It's in the settings. I shared a video on TikTok where the guy shows you where to go in the app settings. I think that's the news. I think that's massive news. So and obviously replicate that yourself. Replicate that yourself. Believe watched them do it. I didn't do it on my phone. Like I watched. Okay, hit that button. Okay, hit that button. Oh, Facebook. The you know what's crazy? We're gonna do a two song Friday. Okay. Uh, you know what's crazy? Let me explain this to you. Okay. Let me explain this to you. Okay. You're gonna laugh at me. Okay. I used to be security. I was armed and unarmed security at music venues all over the Indianapolis area, specifically like electronic music for most of a decade. Like I was the guy keeping people off the stage at shows here. So remember this video? It's about Sucker Punch that I share in the comments on. Hey, good morning, Corey. That I share in the comments on YouTube. Remember this music video? This song by Arcasia? It's called Fall of the Republic. And in the video is like a woman talking. Do y'all remember this? Do you know what I'm talking about? Talking about TSA pre-check, and only 3 minutes later it popped on my wife's. It's too much. Oh fuck! You know what the worst part about Messenger is? You know what the worst part about Facebook Messenger is? It can get access to your microphone. That's why you got to get it off your fucking phone. I forgot. It was sorry. Sorry. In case you didn't know this, I'm a stoner. So I forgot that was like the other big ass reason to get Facebook Messenger off of your device. Because not only does Facebook Messenger takes your conversations and the conversations you have, your private convos, it uses that to fuel the algorithm on the other apps. Like that's a fucking no-no. No, 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 no. They're taking your private conversations and they're using it to it infiltrates the excuse me, burp, the algorithm on all the other meta tools. That's what? That's a crazy invasion of privacy. And then it'll give your location away to anyone, like any agency, like ICE. Pin drop. Dead ass. Pin drop. What the fuck? And I just remembered, oh yeah, they can get access to your microphone. Delete the shit. If you can't delete it, get rid of the device. Get Meta Tools the fuck. Hey, listen, I never had Alexa. I know you're gonna hate me and be like, "Oh, you poor," but like I never had Alexa. Nope. I don't do AI. I'm literally at Purdue University studying data analytics. It is considered the hardest program. I'm not trying to dick measure. I'm not really good at that. I know what I know. AI is a fool. It's like fool's gold. Let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to you that they're not telling you. Keep in mind, all these companies are throwing all their money at this. All of it. All of it. They're throwing all their money into AI. It's not AI. Just so you know. Just so you know. All of it is a ruse. It is a ruse. It is a ruse. Why? OpenAI or AI period, artificial period. It it doesn't have a consciousness. And so if you develop a consciousness, that is not artificial intelligence. It has to become conscious. The computer has to wake up. RUSE, ruse. It's a ruse. Understand what I'm saying. In order for it to be artificial intelligence, it would be like the computer developed a conscience on its own. That's not real. Just like God's not real, just like Santa Claus is not real, just like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not what it's a ruse. It's machine learning. It's deep machine learning. It's not artificial intelligence. AI is a ruse. It's not really an artificial intelligence. It's not developing a consciousness. If you build it one, that doesn't make it AI, man. If you force it to have a fixed set of views, that's not AI. It's a ruse. Somebody said I was with you until Santa. I couldn't figure out where to go with that. So Santa, sorry. Santa actually is the real one, if you want to be honest. Fuck. Now I feel like a dick. God damn it, Santa Claus. Because I love Santa Claus. And he's actually real. Saint Nicholas is an actual fucking person. Pardon me for fucking getting back on my horse. Did you not know that? Did y'all know the one they tell you not to believe in as an adult is the real one? Of course they're walking that back. What about a landline? They can still tap a landline, that's for sure. I don't know why I read that like that. Um, basically, we all need to move the mountains and unplug. Holy fuck. God, you know, it's like, here's the thing. It's like the ugliest white boys on earth have decided that they're going to force their way in front of your eyeballs. Think about all these ugly motherfucking white boys. Think about look, I'm not good looking. I acknowledge I'm a 4. I get it. I'm a 4. I get it. But I'm not trying to force, I get it. I have a podcast. That's kind of backwards, Jared. But I mean, think about this. Like Elon Musk, Donald Trump, David Sachs, Peter Thiel, fucking Mark Zuckerberg, Bezos are some fucking thumb looking motherfuckers, bro. And they're thumb looking motherfuckers. They got everything. They have all the money. No bitches. Nothing. I think they didn't do the math. Here's what I think that they didn't realize. Okay? Here's what I think they didn't realize. You're at least a 6. Thanks, Jack. So, standing on that, eye-opening. You're at least a 6. So I'm putting that on my fucking tombstone, Jackie. So I just want you to understand this song came out like 14 years ago. Okay. Arcasia's Fall of the Republic. And this video came out in 2011. Okay. In this fucking video is a woman speaking, and she says a quote that, like, I argued about this on fucking the internet for a while. So I'm pretty sure that's what I pasted. Yeah, so it's in the comments. Okay. And you've probably listened to it while you're talking to me. Okay. And for the longest time, people were like, it's nothing. The little speech in the middle of the song. I'm still talking about that. Yeah. You can't hear me anymore? How does that even work? Did I get a phone call? So now you can't hear me? How the fuck does that work? I don't have a headset on today. It's just me yelling at the phone. Huh. I must have got a phone call. I hear you. Thanks, Tiny. So I argued with people on the internet that the quote is real. So I just want to point this out. I argued with people on the internet when this music video came out, like the quote in the video is real. Corporations have been enthroned, all that shit. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Am I singing to a fucking empty room that is like, I don't get it. In the song I put in the fucking comments, there's a woman speaking. She says a quote. This song, how many fucking views does this have? Yeah, this is like 5 million view fucking electronic. This is like a pretty heavy hitting fucking electronic music video. Okay. And I argued with people about whether that shit's real or not. And I was like, oh yeah, that's an Abraham Lincoln quote. Because I'm like that. It's in the comments. It's Arcasia's Fall of the Republic. They made a music video. It came out and Bulletproof put out this video in 2011. I posted in the comments. The YouTube link's right there. Anyway, corporations have been enthroned. Shit, you know what I'm talking about? So I just want to point out, more than a decade later, and I just want to point out that they probably have seen the same thing, and it's just, what I'm trying to say is it's not a fucking good thing. You know what I mean? So apparently I'm going to have to post it as 2 posts. Okay? So, and again, one of the things I want to point out is don't believe everything that you read. He definitely said that. It's about when he said that and why he said that, and he said it in a letter that he wrote to a general. Okay? I don't think. No, no, no. They're gonna vote. I don't see it. 17 hours ago, he clears the way to a final vote. I mean, you got to act, right? Yeah. So yeah, I've known about this quote for a long time that I put in the comments. I see in the near future a crisis approaching that unnerves me and causes me to tremble for the safety of my country. Corporations have been enthroned, and an era of corruption in high places will follow, and the money power of the country will endeavor to prolong its reign by working upon the prejudices of the people until all wealth is aggregated in a few hands and the republic is destroyed. And then obviously dubstep. So about it being dark, what's this song? The song is called Arcasia's Fall of the Republic is the actual. I should probably say that I'm live. We are live on YouTube and Clapper for my daily podcast called Justice's Waiting Room. Uh, we would be honored if you would join us, hot bitches. What do you think, ladies? No? No? Is that a no? Okay. I kid, I kid. Don't all get up at once. And fuck. What's my oh, Jared. Cool video and song. Yeah, so the music video itself, thanks, Tiny. The music video itself, make sure that you go to Blue Sky and follow me and share this to help us grow. Okay? Let's see. YouTube, Clapper, Live, Podcast, Politics, News, News. 30 characters left. I don't think I want to do more. I don't think I want to do more. I don't think I want to do anything else. Anyway, so I have a degree in social media. So one of the things that I'll also do is when I do post stuff on the internet, I'm going to talk you through what that sounds like. You're getting like a master's level. Like I don't give a fuck anymore. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to I got a degree in social media and never got a job in that because fuck that. In case you wondered, likely alien. Dot blue sky. Yeah. It's likely alien like everywhere except for the places that I'm stupid and didn't just go ahead and make that my name everywhere. But I think I got to change it up a little bit. Like some of it has to directly identify you, some's got to indirectly identify you. Because I don't got nothing to hide. That's unlike all these motherfuckers. I don't have anything to hide. I don't have a criminal record. I'm not a kitty diddler. You know what I mean? Not a pervert. Even though my wife said I was a pervert the other day, and I was flabbergasted. Like, what the fuck? And she said, "You say perverted shit all the time." And I was like, okay, wild. Because I coach high school kids. You can't you don't want to be a kitty diddler coaching kids. You know what I mean? That's fucking insane. It's insane that that's like real, and that vocation attracts people that do that shit. Literally. Yeah. So, still the most perverted woman he's ever met. Yeah. No, my wife is fucking. See, my wife is the worst. She like during the Halloween season, she will read horror books and watch horror film and wear horror shit, and I am not that way. I am not that way. I'm not I get scared. I don't want to talk about it. I have gone through a lot of shit, Taylor. Like I've been in therapy for fucking years. It is not mentally healthy for me to sit through a fucking horror film. Nope. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I've told her she got to tone that shit down. And can't do that shit every day. What the fuck? Can't do that shit every day. And she like eats that shit up. That's hardcore awesome for her. And the thing about it is because you've already, especially if I've already seen it, I'm zero to watch that. If I've already watched or if we've already seen this film together, oh no, I'm not doing that again. I don't want to do that. That hurts me. It's not. I don't. It's not the energy I want to take in. You know. That's just the way it works. What I got to do though is play video games. So for the record, people are like, oh God, he was cast away. No. I just got to go play video games. Fuck that. I just got yeah. What? I went and played Magic for years. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got new cables, so we shouldn't have any. No. Horror films are too close to reality. That's the problem, right? I like watching the movies where shit's normal and people just have fucked up relationships, and I'm like, huh, what's that like? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about y'all. But I watched 2012 and I feel like I'm living in it. You know what I mean? Like, is that Jumanji where you living in the movie or whatever? Like, I feel like I watched 2012. Now I'm living in it. Need Weekend at Bernie's stuff. So yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday. If you would like and share this, go to my blue skies, share my last. And you know what I still is kind of bothering me? I got to talk about it. I got to talk about this. Is still bothering me, okay, from inauguration. Okay, here's two things that are bothering me. That still bother me. Why didn't the fucking invitations have Donald Trump and JD Vance's fucking name on them? And then why didn't he put his hand on the fucking Bible? What is happening? What's happening? Why why did Melania Trump have two fucking books in her hand? And he didn't pick either of them. What in the QAnon is happening? Yeah, did you see Angela? Did you see her eyes? She was like taking it all in like what the fuck? She was like the Terminator. She was doing the whole like yeah, you know what I'm talking about? We're like height, weight, body temperature. She was fucking sizing him up. She was about to throw herself on him like a fucking spider monkey. Can you imagine the headline? Donald Trump stabbed to death by Kamala Harris after she attacks him like a fucking spider monkey and she escaped. Hell yeah. Kamala Harris becomes Black Widow like in an instant. You're like, holy fucking real life. That was a story. I'm making that shit up. I have a vivid imagination. You have to think she was thinking about it. I have to think Barack and fucking Joe were there to hold her back. Her and Hillary. I actually think Kamala Harris was holding Hillary Clinton back. If you really want to talk about it. What if it's Hillary Clinton's like Yoda, right? Where she's like doing barrel rolls and shit, hitting him with like a what are those called? A Dooku stick? Because she hits him twice. He's on his knees. And then Kamala Harris jumps on him like a spider monkey, like ah! And then she like and runs out of the room, and you're like, what the fuck? And everybody just standing there. And as per usual, the Democrats do nothing. Yeah, that narrative's fucking shot. Barack Obama's like, can't say we didn't do nothing now. I'm just kidding. But tell me this doesn't have plot and murder written all over it. Kamala Harris at the store in a jean jacket, button down, and a black baseball hat. If that doesn't look like what is that? What's that video? What's that movie called with oh fuck with Jennifer Lopez? Is it called Enough? Enough 3 Kamala's Revenge or some shit? Hmm. Okay. Yeah, enough. Dizzy. Oh, I don't know if everybody heard. If everybody heard, Facebook is literally named in the terms and conditions on TikTok now. It's a great timeline to live in. Yeah. I know, Angela. Tilt. That's another fucking thing. Lindsay, no. No, no, no. No, so what we learned, and again, remember, I'm not a lawyer, so like, how the fuck would I know this? Remember how I said as soon as he takes the oath, he's in violation of the 14th Amendment, Article 3, and then ultimately somebody would need to file for pro warranto or quo warranto at this point, who cares, for a fucking writ to challenge Congress to hold him to the fucking 14th Amendment. Like, that, blah, 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 blah. Some court girl told us that, right? And I'm saying court girl, like not a lawyer, not a fucking judge, like somebody that works at a courthouse was like, this is how this works. And you're like, oh, thanks, lady. That was nice. She just told us. Um, it says in the rules that anyone can submit for that. So think about, even if it's a few hundreds of fucking people filing for that, when in reality, ideally, it's a U.S. citizen, and like not an elected official. And I don't know, like a talented attorney. I'm thinking a prosecutor, like super talented, like a Kamala Harris. And yeah, as a U as a citizen, she does it. She delivers it. It's it has a higher likelihood of happening. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're in an unfortunate timeline where Donald Trump and his ilk have had to figure this out. You know how I know? They're not celebrating. You realize this, right? I just want to keep pointing this out. No parades, no like speaking engagements, like really to talk about, you know? Just delete it. Download your photos if you care about that shit. I just deleted the shit. I just deleted the shit. I'm not doing it. Yeah. So yeah. TikTok is essentially a Facebook tool now. It's a meta tool. I essentially book it in the meta tools. And so now it's simple for me, no meta, no Twitter, right? Stay off that shit. Don't give these people your view. Remember, if you're doom scrolling on Twitter or you're doom scrolling on Facebook, hey, that's what they want. That's that's what they want. They want you doom scrolling on those apps. That they are heavily censoring the content that you see. What you need to do is what we are doing every day in our show is we're trying to. Yeah, I didn't even think about them having profiles on TikTok. That doesn't even make sense. Stop. Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? They told us when we were little kids to stay the fuck off your phone, and that's what you got to do. You've got to get 8 hours of sleep, right? You have to stay hydrated, and you have to eat right. And then if you're gonna do all that, you might as well exercise. And hey, you're gonna achieve the highest levels of fitness if you're willing to split your workout. Split your workout up. So instead of trying to get it all done in the morning, just go in the morning and lift and then shower, go to work shit. And then an hour before you go to bed, go for a walk, 7 to 9,000 steps. And eventually, yeah, it'll turn into a run. It'll turn into a sprint. It'll turn into whatever the fuck you turn it into. But you're going to get stronger lifting and faster running if you don't stack those exercises. And hey, my whole life, people did that shit. My whole life, my entire life until I got to college. Until I was at Purdue, a Big Ten program that had just been to the fucking Rose Bowl. And guess what? You lifted straight away in the morning. You never had a padded practice till afternoon. You never went super hard running until well into the toward the end of the day. Like more along the lines of when you would be playing, right? And they tried to keep miles off the tires in practice situations and put more energy and effort into executing in the game. And that was not how it was. That was not how I was raised. That's not how we did all that shit. We got ran until you puked, and then we went and lift. I mean, I'm just saying. We didn't eat. You know what I mean? We ran and we lift. And that was in high school. Yeah. Yeah. TikTok has a Facebook problem. And get the fuck off. No Meta tools, no Twitter. You can't buy cool, boys. Them's just the facts. You can't buy cool. Blue Sky is a straight up the thing about Blue Sky, the guy that started Twitter started Blue Sky. Jack Dorsey? And now just Jay Graber took over for Jack Dorsey. So at least on Blue Sky, you can get the same. You can doom scroll on Blue Sky. It's just that you're not going to run into as many delusional people. Yeah. Yep. I'm thinking about getting away from Apple and going to Android potentially. Maybe not. Maybe Apple's the play. I might be upgrading my phone though. Yeah, you said your husband works for Apple. Worked for Apple. Yeah. Somebody messaged me. Actually, they were sitting in my fucking Clapper live. They said their husband works for Apple, and Apple's actually more ethical. And I Googled it, and AI agreed with you. So now I feel that way because I base how I feel not on personal experiences shared with me, but the result of a Google AI search. And that's, for the record, that's my least favorite fucking conversation ever. That's like bringing up a topic in conversation, and instead of listening, the other person just goes and buys the Cliff Notes. What was the point of having a conversation if you're just going to go buy the Cliff Notes, do 0% of the research, and base your entire opinion not on the person that wrote the fucking subject, but the idiot that wrote the Cliff Notes? God, this is not going to work for me. That's most of the conversation. Look at Reddit. Look at Reddit. Look at how many times someone's fucking reply to me is, but I saw on here, and you're like, oh my god, private relay is most secure. Well, now I fuck with Apple harder. So your propaganda worked, uh, Kel. Good job. Yeah, Bristol, I literally just used AI to tell me that Apple was better than Android. And one of my Clapper fucking people said her husband used to work for Apple and they're way more secure than Android. And also some shoddy AI shit said, "Oh, for sure happening." And that, think about this. They can't stop this. Listen to me. We talked about this. We talked about this. We talked about this. Executive Order 13848 makes election crimes triable by the DOJ. Why do you think Christopher Wray, Merrick Garland, fucking Lloyd Austin, Jack Smith, why do you think they all got out of the way? Because Donald Trump is a fourth grader with dementia, and if you remove the heads of the agencies that he would probably try to fire and replace, right? I think if he gets to aim an acting director if he fires him, right? Yeah. So by them getting out of the way, what is Donald Trump going to do? Shut down the DOJ? You ain't doing that shit. So, yeah. Yeah, well, you got to do it safely. You got to we want zero Kaz. Remember, you cannot martyr Musk, or you can't martyr these people. Martyr. I know a lot of people don't know what that is unless you play Doom. You'd have no clue, really. I'm trying to think of what other video games speak on martyrdom and how like dangerous that is, and how what it does is like when you cut the head off of a snake and it's like a poisonous snake, like poison still gets everywhere, right? So that's the Crystal, yes. And also, if you read Project 2025 and you know what's coming down the pipe from them, you know charges ahead of time. They're telling you what they're going to do before they do it. And then you wait until they fucking try to do it, and then it's a crime. And I know it's like the longest. I mean, think about this, kids. Donald Trump has been president for fucking 4 days. Okay? I know it feels like a goddamn eternity. Okay? But Donald Trump actually did this shit to himself. And the reason he did it, see, people can't understand why he did this. Like, why the fuck would he do this? What had happened was, it's so hard waiting. Yeah. Remember, that's what Russia wants. Russia wants civil unrest. Donald Trump wants civil unrest. The GOP, MAGA, civil unrest. Understand Jilly, oh my God. Jilly said today is January 76th. You goddamn right. Oh my God. It's forever. Hey, Rissel, I have often cried out at the conspiracy autocorrect has against me and my relationship with my spouse. Autocorrect has fucked me up so many times where I'm like, whoa, Taylor, whoa, that's not what I was trying to say. Yeah, privacy has to be on too. Well, and also use Opera. You got to use Opera. Get away from Google Chrome. It's and the reason is not security is because like when you use Opera, you're automatically using a VPN. Longest 4 days ever. hmm and it's gonna be like this. He's like a little piss baby. You know, he's like the kid whose birthday it is, and every day is his goddamn birthday. It's like no, what's the movie? I think it's Macaulay Culkin where he's like a millionaire kid and he just all day gets everything he wants and he's still like unhappy and shit. What was the name of the movie? It's an operating system. Not operating system, that's a lie. It's a browser like Google Chrome. What's the fucking movie called? It's not Million Dollar Baby. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett said this motherfucker's talking about the election being rigged and shit. Richie Rich. Hell yeah. Richie Rich was the name of the movie where the little kid is like a millionaire, he gets everything he wants, he's still unhappy and shit. And it's like you watching him. Now he's in office doing all this heinous shit cuz it gets attention. And again, it's because the Democrats didn't make him their god king. So for those of you that wondered why we're in the water we're in right now, it's because the Donald Trump donated over $30 million to the Democratic Party, and they were like, "You're a horrible racist and a adjudicated rapist, Don. Thanks for the money. No, we're not supporting you to run for public office." I can fucking guarantee you that all those people that are still talking to Donald Trump like an adult and shit, all the people that aren't like really upset with him right now, are like they were friends for a long fucking time. They were at the same parties for a long fucking time. The difference, I honestly believe this, is that most of the leftist, like the Democratic people that you know, they just don't fuck with him. Yeah, he donated $1 million, but like fuck him. And so, like Richie Rich, he was like, hey, I could just run as a fucking Republican. They'd eat that shit up. And I've been saying absolute, and again, I didn't make this up, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. The boy king fucking won in 2016 and he surprised himself. He was fucking shocked that he won. And as a result, he didn't really know what he was doing. And if you look at his 2016 to 2020, he didn't do anything. He was ineffective. A lot of what he said was bluster. And he absolutely propagandized and fucking did all kinds of horrible shit and turned himself into a mark, all kinds of shit. Attracted fucking the alt-right, fucking QAnon, all that shit. All that shit. And by the end of his fucking time in office, he'd signed Executive 13848, forcing basically what he was trying to do. If you haven't figured all this out yet, hopefully I'm breaking this down for you. And you're like, "Oh, so this is why?" So, and during Donald Trump's term in office, he started appointing the heads of these agencies. And his plan was to create Executive Order 13848, make election crimes triable by the DOJ, and then try to pin false charges on Joe Biden in fucking over the 2020 election when, for the record, the results came back and said there was interference and there was fraud, but not enough to swing a 7 million vote gap, Don, and not done by Joe Biden. So, for the record, Donald Trump filed hundreds of lawsuits and he only actually got like 5,000 votes thrown out. He got his ass beat. Okay. So, no, this military is unbiased. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Heritage Foundation. JD Vance picked Donald Trump. People keep disconnecting Donald Trump and JD Vance. JD Vance worked for the Heritage Foundation, which was sponsored by Peter Thiel, financed by Peter Thiel, and JD Vance is a tech bro. So JD Vance and the Heritage Foundation picked Donald Trump, built Project 2025 around Donald Trump, and are now executing Project 2025. For now, for now, for now. Shit, shit is dark. Shit is dark. But what I can also tell you is the pendulum swings just as far the other fucking way. Yeah. And so, like I said, um, anyway, so Donald Trump signed Executive Order 13848 thinking that he was going to put sham reports out from his DOJ on Joe Biden and going to like beat him that way. And it didn't work out. And Joe Biden got elected because he's an actual politician, ran an actual fucking campaign. And he gets into office and he looks at that executive order and he combs that executive order and says, great fucking rule, and signed it every year that he was in office. Last 30 days for making no. You're don't look at time, justice and time are not friends. Just so you get it in your head. Justice and time are not friends. So, here's what I think. I think what we're waiting on is things that we expect to happen to happen. And so that's how I'm going to play the game. Okay? You got to understand, as far as Executive Order 13848, we're amidst that. Okay? Yeah, we're amidst that. I think that the next relevant date for Executive Order 13848 is February 3rd. So if you want to write it down somewhere and you want to say because Jared fucking said technically the 3rd of February is a day. for that, mathematically. I believe it's 90 days after the election. I could be wrong. December, January, February. Yeah, that's basically like 90 days. Okay. And that's if it's 45, 45, 30, which is what I'd said all the fuck along. And I'd also said March 10th. So you can book it, Dano. That for the record, I said, okay, Lindsay Violet. Is it Valet? Yeah, you're welcome, Angela, for doing the goddamn math. This is what I hate. This is what I hate. This is what I hate. Okay? In a room full of men, they'll say shit like, this shit's over, Jared, pack it up. And I say, actually, it's not over. Donald Trump said so. That he's holding his breath. And they say, what are you talking about? While Donald Trump was in office, he signed Executive Order 13848 that makes all election crimes triable by the DOJ, which means that it doesn't matter how the Supreme Court shakes out, it doesn't matter how Congress shakes out, the DOJ. 30 days from February 3rd is March 5th. Yep. So you can book it, Dano, that Jared, who read the fucking, literally read Executive Order 13848, the T is pronounced, Valet. Like my last name's Malat, and your last name is Valet. It's interesting. So, why? So he's, I know the math, but this is also unprecedented. Yeah. So somebody wanted it explained. So Executive Order 13848 in Section 1 Alpha, it says 45 days after every election. I'm going to make sure that I stick my hand up and say every election. So again, I want to point out that everyone is looking at Donald Trump and saying he fucking cheated, he's ineligible, he's not going to be president. And I'm over here saying every election has consequences. How many elections were there election interference and fraud in? We're gonna find that out. And I think that the preliminary report was due 45 days after November 5th, which is December 20th. Okay? So on December 20th, if you remember, on December 20th, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden rushing back to the White House, and they spent, instead of going home for vacation, they spent the next week combing through the reports from every relevant agency. Yeah. 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 Okay. That was December 20th. Okay. Now, the argument that has been had that I stepped away from because I have better things to do than argue with a fool, okay, lest you become one. So I had said 45, 45, 30 the whole time, but I got talked over. And everybody was like, no, Jared, it's 45, 30, 45. And they argued with me. Okay. And one thing that you'll never catch me do is entertaining a fool. I'm not going to argue with you. I will concede. I'll let you swim in it. I refuse. If I tell you I read this shit live on a fucking podcast, word for word, and I sounded fucking beautiful, I read like a goddamn angel. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And if you argue with me, I'm just going to say, okay, you're right, you fucking prick. And I'm just going to make you eat it. I don't fucking play. I tell you what the fuck it is, and if you doubt me, swim in it. I give a fuck. There's copperheads in there. This is because of my childhood. My kids that were friends with us, when I was a kid, we had a pond in our backyard. And there were snakes in there. There were snakes in there. And I didn't like swimming in the pond in the summer because the snakes liked the pond. When it was less cool out, when it was less hot outside, the snakes would get out of the water. And so the neighbor kids would come down and they'd want to tube in the water and ride four-wheeler and drag people on the tube and shit. And I used to tell them, you can swim in there if you want, but there's snakes in there. Black snakes and copperheads and hot. It's hot outside. You might stay out of that pond. Oh, come on, man. All right, then. Have fun. About 10 minutes later, oh my God, it's the biggest snake I've ever seen in my life. Fuck did I tell you? There's snakes in there. You might not play in that pond. Yeah. So I thought from moment one that it was 45, 45, 30, and I got talked over. No, you're wrong. Ba 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 ba. So anyway, February 3rd is the 90-day mark. And 30 days after that is the 4-month mark. So, if you want, everybody wants to know, like, oh my God, how long do we have to have this boot on our face, right? Like, February 3rd, March 5th. And then also another day that should be very interesting is the 28th. And that, my friends, is Tuesday of next week. And I would just ask you all to learn the Canadian national anthem. I believe it's called "O Canada." I would probably learn "O Canada." So what's going to happen Tuesday of next week is Canada drops their U.S. election interference report. So do you see how I'm not fear-mongering you? You see how I'm not sitting here telling you the world's over, we're all going to die, fucking 4 years of this, 4 years of this, oh my God, 4 years of this? Like, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, bro. January 28th, February 3rd, March 5th. Circle those days. And learn the fucking Canadian national anthem and fucking belt that shit while you cry in the shower in about a month. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. You're not going to be drinking Molson fucking singing the Canadian national anthem like Jared was right. Jared was fucking right. There's a reason Trudeau stepped down. In case you ain't figure that whole shit out. There's a reason SecDef stepped down, fucking Merrick Garland to work. They didn't step down to retire. They stepped down to get like the fucking shield. So, like I said, January 28th, February 3rd, March 5th, learn "O Canada." Start developing a taste for Molson Light. I will recommend Molson Light over a full flavored beer any day of the week. Yep. And in the meantime, try not to get too wrapped up in shit that you can't control. Okay? I know it's hard out here for a pimp. I know, man, it's fucking hard out here. It sucks. But let's have some realistic fucking expectations for time frames. And not get wrapped up in things like, hey, he's going to do crazy shit today. That man is attacking your sensibilities like a petulant baby. It's like he's in prison. It's like he's in prison and he's crying out for help. He's like Richie Rich in prison. But I'm rich, bitch. Say all this horrible shit, signing fucking shit and showing you, and you're like, who the fuck is this pleasing? Who's happy about this? Like, did people see the fucking he repealed the fucking Equal Opportunity Employment Act? Like, you fucking prick. Who's that? Who's this fucking making happy? Yeah. Yeah. You know what can happen when you're clinically obese and you have a really bad diet and you're a fucking drug addict and you go to California and there's fires? You know what could happen? Donald Trump could asphyxiate. A boy could dream. Sorry, that was dark. That's where someone says, "Well, you're not wrong." Hey, so if you aren't familiar with gallows humor, just so you know, this show is not for kids. I don't know if y'all have figured that out yet, but I put that this shit is not for children. Like, can you imagine being like a 16-year-old Googling fucking asphyxiate on the bus? The fuck is asphyxiate, bro? Holy shit. No, I want that to happen. That's the easy way out for him. No, yeah, can you imagine Donald? Can you imagine a picture of Donald? Can you imagine a picture of Donald Trump in a gas mask playing golf in California with the wildfires in the background, and he's like putting with a gas mask? Can somebody? Is anybody an artist? Is anybody an artist? I just had an idea for the next piece of art that everyone would buy. Is anybody an artist that can legit draw and paint? I just created the next fucking masterpiece piece of art that everyone and their goddamn mother would buy. I hate golf. For the record, this is not because I'm a golfer. Okay? Donald Trump's fat ass wearing a gas mask, lining up a putt with the fucking California wildfires in the background. And I hope he's having fun in Cali, you know. Somebody 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 should come paint that on my ceiling, right? I don't even know what you're talking about. Somebody said it's boring? That's awesome. That's a great piece of art. Somebody said he's not smart enough to wear a gas mask. Okay, Lindsay. Okay, Lindsay. So he has the gas mask on his hip. So like the gas mask's hanging off his ball bag. See, the only problem with this story is that I know how golf works and I've played golf before and it's fucking exhausting. So now in my mind, Donald Trump refuses to wear the gas mask, asphyxiates, and then fucking Hari Karis himself with his fucking putter or something. And it's like, this story sucks. Yeah, he's got it clipped on his hip. I was in the Marine Corps and we used to make fun of people that just walked around with their fucking gas mask clipped on their hip and it was like out of the bag and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Put your fucking gas mask up, you idiot. Holy shit. They'll yell gas, gas, gas. Like, trust. Yeah. Donald Trump died today at a San Francisco or a Los Angeles public golf course when apparently he refused to put a gas mask on, asphyxiated, and impaled himself on his driver. Apparently, he's still just hanging on to the driver, dead. Nobody's taking him down. They're going to leave him there for several days. The next thing you hear is like hyenas are dragging a MAGA hat down the 405 or some shit. Several chewed up Trump Hotel golf balls were found near the body. Also, if you're not laughing, man, this conversation's wild for you. And now someone has given me an alternative end to the Donald Trump era. So remember how he poops himself because he's a ketamine addict? So he could also just poop his organs out. And that's God damn it, Jared. Yeah, it's totally fucking possible. He see one of the side effects of taking too much ketamine is like you can't control your bowels. That's why he shits himself. Is because he's a druggie. I know that that's a hard pill to swallow, Don. I just feel so much better about myself for never getting addicted to drugs. You know, mostly because you're watching people like trip balls during the inauguration, Elon, and Jeff Bezos was high as fucking giraffe pussy. Yeah, well, see, I blow trees too, but that's something that grows in the ground and you dry it out and smoke it, and there's a slight hallucinogenic effect, and it has a calming effect, right? That's like a natural thing. That's like sounds like tobacco. You know what I mean? Which your grandpa smoked. You know, both my grandparents smoked. I smoked. I smoked until I was 35 and quit. Cold turkey, never to smoke again. Donald Trump's not gonna make me smoke again. Oh yeah. It's like they're such losers that the only thing they can't get bitches, so they can get money and high. That's it. Like when you're literally unfuckable, you have to have like money long, power. But if they weren't married and didn't have kids, they would be alone, and they're alone in their relationships. Like you even know who any of these powerful men's spouses are? And it's like, no, look at Jeff Bezos' ex-wife being like the most charitable human being on the planet and not actually doing that much given her wealth. Hey, 2 weeks, it's a habit. You know what I mean? 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out. You do something for 2 weeks, you could do it. He was doing fucking blow. Donald Trump Jr. is doing blow at the inauguration in the line going into the inauguration. How the fuck are you doing drugs in the line to get in the club? Dog, this ain't Scarface. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I think this show is called Fuck Facebook. This particular episode, Fuck Facebook. Get the fuck off Facebook. All Facebook shit. No Facebook, no threads, no IG, no fucking Messenger. Get WhatsApp off your phone. And now TikTok's on a fucking chopping block. Exactly. Bezos' wife's a nice person. Ex-wife. Ex-wife. They got a divorce. I don't know who he's with now. Mid. I call it mid. They caught him on live. Yeah. What I thought was funny is that they said there wasn't gonna see. Here's what I thought was great. They were like, they're not gonna televise the inauguration. And so 24 hours before the inauguration, the rumor was that it was no cameras, no cell phones, no live feed. And so I think that all them boys went into that room thinking there wouldn't be cameras and shit. And there was full blown cameras and everything. I'm just pointing out that I observed within 24 hours of the inauguration that people were saying it was a media blackout in that room. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Her bra was very expensive designer. Good for her. One of my buddies was talking about that, and he was like, her tits was all hanging out and shit. She's wearing like a super expensive outfit, and all he could think is like, I don't even recognize mid anymore. I don't know if that was a drug joke. Sorry. Anyway, he's like, I don't even recognize mid anymore. Like, what is that? A 7? All right, cool. Tits out 5. Walking with you 3. The fuck? A lot of people are now realizing there is a rating system. Yes. Yo, do you see her facial expression didn't change? She was had that the whole time. Like, how the fuck? Drugs, drugs and Botox. hmm They were tore up at the inauguration for real. Somebody posted a video of Elon Musk fucking rolling his eyes and shit, and they were like, "Is he rebooting? Like, what the fuck was going on in his head?" I was like, "He was passing out. He was passing out, rocking on his feet and shit." And he just caught consciousness as he walked forward. Somebody had to have their fucking hand on his back or something. Vag neck. Oh, that's that shit right here. Oh yeah. Why do you think they're doing drugs? That was the height of their power. That was as high as it got. Was right there. Right when he got inaugurated. And there's all this fuck shit going on. There were no names on the fucking invitations. He didn't put his hand on the Bible. Melania Trump had 2 books in her fucking hand. Donald Trump Jr. is doing blow in line on the way into the fucking inauguration. Bezos is high as fuck. Musk is high as fuck. Yup. All that mid that they were with, high as fuck. That one girl, if you watched her long enough, dude, her facial expression didn't change. She didn't blink. How the fuck do you get there? Drugs. Oh my god, it was the worst. And I think they all went into that room under the impression that there wouldn't be any cameras. And they brought fucking kids in the room and had them sit and watch the fucking shit. Can you imagine? Can you imagine you let your child go to sit in front of right there and watch that inauguration? And if you look off to the side, it's like the richest men in the world are fucking high as hell, visibly, 50 feet from these kids. Who look like the Handmaid's Tale wife. Yo, I think she fucking crazy. So yeah, a lot of people were upset with me and coming to me and saying how come they didn't arrest them all at the inauguration? How come they didn't arrest them at the Capital One Center? And I just wanted to point out that holy fuck, this is not a video game. People's fucking lives. Jared's a puppet. He creeps me out. Crapes me out. What? I thought you were talking about me dropping dimes and fucking paying attention. Anyway, I don't know who he's talking about now. Ivanka's daughter. Yeah, she looked like the fucking Hamburglar. Yeah, you crepes, and I was like, bitch, my name is French origin. Malat is French origin. Are you are you attacking me? That's what I was saying. He crepes me out. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? How did you know that? Yeah, my name is English, but it has been Frenched. Yeah, I know that now, Jackie. That's why I was like, what the fuck you talking about? Crepes me out, bitch. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. I understand. I understand. Do you understand how when she said Jared and crepes, and I was like, my last name is French. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, sorry, sorry for thinking we were playing the same game. Um, but yeah, just understand like everything that happens during the day, I see it too. I'm just like, holy fuck. I'm glad I got a job. I'm glad I have a day job. I'm glad I have something to do that isn't sit around and watch this fucking shit in slow motion. Like, you fucking kidding me? I'm glad that I get off work, have dinner with my wife, and then when she puts on something where I'm like, yeah, I'm watching that shit, and then I go hop and catch up. Fuck off. Okay. So yeah, this show, fuck Facebook, fuck Meta, no Facebook, no Threads, no IG. Get Messenger off your phone. Get WhatsApp off your phone. Twitter off your phone. See, Ristel, I thought your comment was about me, so blush. And then when somebody else started attacking Jared, and it was like he creeps me out. For the record, it fucked me up because I thought Virgo and I were cool, right? So immediately I'm like, that was talking about me. And then she said, crepes, and I was like, oh, we are fighting. She is making fun of my name. That's sorry. Are we getting a TikTok? We're on the cusp. It wants Neptune or Neptune and or Skylight drop. Once Neptune and or Skylight drop. Time is it? 9:12. I'm trying to get out of here soon. Yeah. Yes, I get it. No, I get it. I'm not mad. I thought it was hilarious. My brain's awesome. I was like, my brain's awesome. I had you fucking pegged. I was like, this bitch is 30 seconds to get blocked. Say something else by my name, bitch. Call me crepes and shit. Anyway, my last name is English, Malat, but apparently it has been Frenched, like made into also a French last name, like Malllieux or some shit. Malu. And I have this natural inclination towards like French Cajun as a second language. My wife and I were talking about like picking up French Cajun so that like she and I had a fucking language we could speak in a room full of other people. Do you understand how my brain works? Are you even fucking do you see that shit? It was fucking crazy. What does it even mean? Nothing. It actually doesn't mean anything because you were like, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Ivanka. So it's like all invalid. And all these the Discord is all watching like military flights in the US right now. So if you want to talk about some fucking panicking ass group of people, talk about the people that don't understand how training flights work. I'm like, "Oh my god, what's this plane from Quebec doing here?" And I'm like, they're working with us, man. NATO, G7. Fuck. Like they're not going to attack us. You wouldn't attack us from inside our borders. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they want to kill American citizens? We're a victim. We're the victims. You're a victim. I hope you know that. All this horrible shit going on, it's not your fault. I'd like to think that most of us did what we were supposed to do, and the system failed us. Which is hilarious because I've always been told like systems are the solution, and if you would just follow the fucking script and do what you're supposed to do, then everything's gonna turn out okay. Yeah. Flying in pairs and groups and shit. And I got, what are they doing that for? Like, like relax, dude. Relax. I know that you want to panic and throw your hands up and wave them in the air like you just don't care. But really just need to listen to Eat the Rich and have a good day and control what you can control. Stop letting this these assholes ruin you. You know, like one of the things I've been thinking out about with this job that I've started is who were you before all of this debt that you carry, right? And like obviously, I know you're chilling. I'm talking about you specifically. Um, in general, in general, who were you before Donald Trump? So yeah, Virgo, like have you there's a book called the Things They Carried. There's Kamala Harris also wrote a book called The Things We Hold, talking about the things they carried. It's like who are you before this loss? Who are you before your, you know, I don't know about you, but for most people that I know, something tragic happened and it forever changed them. For some people it's debt. They bought a house, they got married, they had kids. That sounds like getting into debt to me. I think you can though. You can know that Donald Trump ultimately did this to himself. That all these election crimes are triable by the DOJ now. There's a reason that all the heads stepped out of the way. There's a reason the invitations didn't have names on them. There's a reason there were two Bibles, that Donald Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible. There's a reason. There's a reason that they lied and said that there weren't going to be cameras at the inauguration, and all these people filed in that room, stood front row, that you paid for that. He didn't put his hand on the Bible. He took an oath. He got inaugurated. You're on the hook for all of it. You were in the fucking room. Here's pictures. You didn't dissent. And I'm talking about the billionaires row. And so not only is there evidence of their cooperation, corruption in high places, there's inevitable justice to follow. And they're trying to pit us against each other. Remember the largest police union in the United States had a public negative comment about Donald Trump after he pardoned all those violent January 6ers. And that, for the record, I want to point out that not all those pardons are being honored, because many of them caught state charges and some of them were arrested immediately. So I get it. Yeah, dark fucking times. Jailbreak for sure. Sounds an awful lot like we need to start playing Warzone. One of the guys I work with that I have a lot in common with, he plays Warzone. Or maybe we'll just play that. Look up a RICO. Asset seizure. Twitter. Twitter. Can you imagine like Twitter and TikTok and Facebook become public utility? Amazon becomes a public utility? That's what I'm thinking. There's a reason Kamala Harris is fine. There's a reason. There's a reason. That's why I told you the Department of Justice does not miss its man. Somebody said the inauguration was running late, too late. Nobody's checking their phones or watch. Wonder if it was pre-recorded. So they just took a long time to file in. I noticed they were a little slow walking in the doors. Yeah. Diddy helped Elon Musk buy Twitter. Diddy's not that rich, right? But it doesn't surprise me. Imagine doing all this just to cover up your crime and shit. How many people's in here? Do we even know? I can't see how many people's in here. You're funny. The mods are so funny, freaking out over aircraft. Yeah, I think that there are 344,000 federally contracted employees whose jobs are all on the line. 48. So yeah, um, we'll probably do a reunion tour once we can go live tomorrow on TikTok, and we're scraping. We're trying to pull people. We're saying we're not long for this world. We're converting to YouTube. We're getting 50 plus in the comments in the show. I can post links. How do you get on Discord? Show up every day in the comment sections on a live, and to the point where I have a good relationship with you, and then once we've kind of hit it off, then I'm a little more likely to want you in my Discord, because I don't want somebody that I'm not going to get along with, that isn't getting along with my mods, right? So understand that you have to contend with the modriarchy. I have an all female mod team. So, in addition to, you got to show up in the comments, we got to be vibing, you got to want to be a part of it. I got an all female mod team. Hachaka. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they need a website. They need a website built just for them, with merch just for the modriarchy, just to support the mods. That way they could get paid. I think like t-shirt, hoodie, beanie, sweatpants, and then you can make enough money per unit to substantiate not only the business but to profit to share. Just thinking out loud. But yeah, so I get it. Crazy time to be alive for sure. But it's not impassable. And there are too many people that want justice. And it's crazy to think of the Department of Justice as one thing. Department of Justice is not one entity. Department of Justice includes FBI, CIA, NSA, D6, CISA. They all have jobs to do. Those reports were turned in before he was inaugurated. Those reports were turned in, plans have been made and in motion, sanctions have been happening, indictments have been happening, raids have been happening. Okay. So I know, it's slow moving, but it's all out in the public. It's in the public eye. You're seeing Project 2025 being fully fucking enacted, and again, elections have consequences, and that's not a threat. That's just facts. Elections have consequences. The executive order 13848 says so. Every election has consequences. So again, it's not just Donald Trump, JD Vance. They got a little crew of people, and they might have cheated in every fucking state, and that might affect people's jobs in every fucking state. There are about to be a lot of jobs. What's this, dog days are over? This song is coming. Florence and the Machine. I don't know if you've ever heard this song. It's, I mean, we're in the dog days. We're in the dog days. If you haven't heard Florence and the Machine, you're welcome. I got to see Florence and the Machine in a very small room. She was fucking insane. Like less than 300. She hit. She hit hard. The band hit hard, actually. Great live. Great, great artists live. I saw, like I said, I saw her in a very small room. I was working. I was standing dead center in the front row, facing the audience, standing in front of her. She was over my head. Yeah, incredible. A couple of times I turned around like, she's banging up there. Hi, how are you doing? You're looking at it. Music video is wild. Great fucking song. All I ever wanted from you is everything you had. It's a great, great song. That was a good show today, I think. I don't say it very often. That's for your father. Oh no! Joanne said, FYI, watch Gladiator 2. Don't waste your time. Very disappointing. Oh no. I'm hip, Jared. I'm the oldest one here. Are you really? Yeah, contact your. Hey, now is not the time to sit on your hands and wait for shit to happen. Contact your state reps, especially if you had any problems with your ballot. Okay. Sorry, shake it out, son. So, yeah, I know it's disappointing. The good news is Top Gun 2, fantastic. I just want to make sure everyone knows that Marine Corps infantryman that was on a ship whose daddy was an air traffic controller in the Navy and has been on ships and shit. Top Gun 2 might be best two fucking military movies ever. A lot of people are gonna argue and say Saving Private Ryan, and it's like, no, nah. I don't know, CC. Are you? Nosferatu. Hmm. All right, let's get out of here. Y'all have a good rest of your day.